All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to show you how I SEO optimized a plumber's website and got it from 0 to about 800 users per month within an 8 to 9 month period, and the steps that I actually took to do that so that you can do the same thing for your website, whether it's for a plumbing website or whether you have a different local business that you're trying to optimize for. So firstly, I'll show you proof that this did actually happen. So this is Google Analytics. You can see the traffic graph here. We started working with them around September 23. And you can see that before that, they were getting practically zero organic search. If I just zoom in on organic search, you can see that it was like 1 visitor, 2 visitors. Basically, they were getting nothing. And then as of, I will just put it to April 24, you'll be able to see here that as of April 24, they had 878 users from organic search. Now, in the past, I've been accused of making this stuff up. So what I'll do is I'll refresh the page to prove to any of you skeptics out there that this did actually happen. So you can see here, first of all, the graph is here. I'm gonna click refresh. Here's the Google Search Console. I'm refreshing that one too. You can see there, same graph. Google Analytics is loading, same graph. Okay, so if anyone's accusing me of editing this, here you go. Now you can also see on SEMrush, this is a SEMrush estimate as well. Obviously this is incorrect as I just showed you the actual data. However, you can see the keywords here. There were very few keywords, nothing in the top 10 as of September 23. And at the moment now they have 11 top 3s, 37 top 10s, 54 between 11 and 20, etc., going from total of about 110 keywords to 765 keywords within that span of time. So you can clearly see that this site has gone up and is now ranking for a ton of keywords it wasn't before and getting infinitely more traffic. How did I actually do this? I'm gonna walk you through the process of what actually happened here and how I approached this project to get it to this result. So the first thing was that this website was basically a 5-6 page website. It didn't have a lot on it. It had the home page, it had a couple of category pages. So it had like plumbing, drain laying, gas fitting, hot water, and I think there was one other one as well, and the contact page, and that was basically it. So it was a very, very small site. There was not a lot of content on it, and basically it wasn't optimized to rank for a bunch of different pages. So the very first thing I did, and this is the process that you can use for practically any local SEO, is I wanted to figure out what areas we wanted to rank for. So obviously we had those four areas that I mentioned, which was plumbing, gas fitting, drain laying, and hot water cylinders or water heaters. And we were trying to optimize for that. So the first thing you need to do is establish what you're actually going to rank for in these areas, what keywords. So let's say, for example, let's go with the drain laying one because that was one we were targeting at the time. I'm just going to type in drainage and I'm going to show you what you'll find. So the first thing you do is you establish the main keyword. Now, obviously here we have issues where it's talking about medical types of drainage. That's not obviously relevant for this, so we need to ignore that. But what we are looking for is like drainage, Auckland drain layers, things like that. Now you can see here obviously the page 1 results. Now for those who don't know, I'm using a tool called SEMrush for this, which does all the organic keyword research and competitor analysis. If you are doing SEO, I do recommend getting SEMrush because I personally use it and it is very good. If you want to test it out, my affiliate link is in the description below. You can get a 7-day free trial and test it out, like full access to the account. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to type in drainage Auckland because that is the keyword that we were going after. These guys are an Auckland company. They're a company in Auckland, New Zealand. And we need to figure out what the main keyword is. So right now, drainage Auckland is okay. Drainage in Auckland gets more searches. I'm also going to put in drain layer Auckland because that is probably the main keyword. So I'm pretending like I don't know what's going on here to just work with you right from the beginning. So drain layers Auckland seems to be the main keyword in this particular case. So that is the one you would want to rank for. And you want to use that as your base. And so from here, you now want to figure out what subsequent keywords you want to rank for. So if you just make a page about drainage or drain layers, you probably won't rank for anything, even the main keyword. And the reason why is because you just won't have enough topical relevance on the topic of drainage to rank. And so what you need to do is you need to go and start making all of the different keywords relating to that topic. And so what I mean by that is this. If we go to drainage and we just type in drainage, you are going to have a ton of related keywords. So for example, you've got the different subtopics of drainage. So for example, stormwater drainage, and then you've got like subsoil drainage. So you can see stormwater drainage is a massive one. Then you've got subsoil drainage, etc., etc. I'm just going to open this as a separate one, and I'm going to put subsoil drainage. And so basically what I'm trying to get at here is you need to establish all the subcategories or subtopics of that main topic you want to rank for. What most people do when they build a website and they are not experienced with SEO is they'll just build a page about drainage and go, we do stormwater, subsoil, let's say driveway channels, whatever the areas are. Like, it doesn't matter whether you're talking about drainage or something else. And then it's all listed on one page. It's very brief, and that's all they have. What you need to do actually is figure out what pages you need to make for all these subtopics. So right now, you can see here that subsoil drainage gets a pretty good amount of searches, especially for the local area that these guys were in. Stormwater drainage gets a lot as well. So you would, at this point, already need to make a drainage page, a stormwater page, and a subsoil page. Now you want to keep going, and let's say you would obviously want to have the main drainage page, which would be targeting drain layers in Auckland. Then you would also want to do driveway channels, because I know that that's a keyword and that's one of the subtopics. So you would want to do driveway channel drain, and you'd want to make a page about driveway channels. And then all of these pages should be interlinking back to the main drainage page, and the drainage page should link to all of them. And so that creates a silo for drainage on the site, and that's how you make the main pages. So if you were going to do the same thing for hot water cylinders or water heaters, what you would want to do is you would want to have electric water heaters, gas water heaters, and then under those the different types. So for example, under the main electric water heaters, you'd have mains pressure, low pressure, and then you would have like brands, for example. And that's exactly how I structured it on this website. And then what's going to happen is it's going to rank for all those levels. And that's the part. If you just make a, let's say, hot water cylinder page and nothing else, it's not going to rank for the different brands. It's not going to rank well for like mains pressure, low pressure, etc. And so you need to establish all of the different pages that you need to make that are relevant for those specific topics and those keywords. And then once you've established that, let's say we continue on this particular silo of drainage, the next thing you need to establish is what content do you need to write about for that topic. So you've got your main service pages, you made them. So in this case, it was the main drainage page, and you got subsoil, stormwater, driveway channels. So far we've got those. Now you want to start making blogs about these. And so what you want to do is figure out what do you need to actually blog about to make this topic more relevant. So in this case, let's say you got subsoil drainage. We've already got a couple here, questions that you can use as ideas, and you also want to open up the full keyword list. So for example, the very first blog you could write is what is subsoil drainage, and explain what it is and its purpose of it, and any other couple of relevant details. Then you've got how to install subsoil drainage. Again, you can make another blog about how the installation of subsoil drainage is actually done, and let's say what homeowners need to know when installing subsoil drainage. And then you can have also like repair, for example, and you can talk about how to repair it. Or for example, here's another keyword, purpose of subsoil drainage. You could include that in the what is subsoil drainage blog. So basically you go down this list and you would figure out what you want, what blogs you should be writing about these topics. And we've already got a couple, as I've established, for subsoil drainage. So you want to do that. Another one could be the transfer gradient. You could talk about this here and get a list together. So you would do the same thing now for stormwater. You've got, again, how to install stormwater drainage, any calculations specifically for parking lots. So this could be a page if you want to offer that specifically. I'd make a page about parking lot stormwater drainage, for example. You've got residential here as well, so that's a potential page. The cost to install stormwater drainage, that's a good blog. DIY stormwater drainage, that's a good blog. Designs, maybe something to do with like how to design stormwater drainage or what goes into designing stormwater drainage. How does it work, etc. So you've got the idea here. We've basically got, 5 or 6 blogs for subsoil. We now have probably 5 to 10 blogs for stormwater. And so you would do the same thing for all the different topics you're doing as well. The next thing you can also do is go and actually pull out some competitors and see what they've written about. So that's another one that you want to do. So you go to Google and you would type in, let's say, let's go with stormwater drainage Auckland, and we'll pull out some of the competitors. So we've got these guys, let's say. And so what you do is you open up the websites and you try, and you can either go to their blog, but that's going to be more difficult because you're going to have to wade through all the different posts. the easier thing to do is try and pull out their sitemap. So you just go into the URL. I'm just going to bring it down so you can see here. So what you do is you go into their URL and you just go whatever their URL is, / and then you go sitemap.xml. And typically that will pull out their sitemap, as you can see here. And now the quickest way to do this is to just search storm water, or whatever the keyword is. You might have to do storm space water, but let's go storm water. And you can see here a couple of ideas. So something to do with public stormwater thrusting and welding, stormwater drainage, why it's crucial, stormwater drainage solutions. Okay, these are all basically the same thing. We provide commercial stormwater drainage. So you could talk about commercial, or that could be a page as well. And my stormwater is flooding, what do I do? Okay, that's an interesting one. So you could pull that out as well. So we've got 2 new ideas from this, commercial and what to do if your stormwater is flooding. Now you go to the next website, do the exact same thing. Throw in at the end of the URL /sitemap.xml, figure out what they have blogged about. Here you go. You've got the whole post sitemap here, and now you just search storm water. So unfortunately here you're going to see that their entire URL has it, but you can find these ones. So mayor calls for stormwater system overhaul. That's an interesting topic. So calls to do with stormwater management, stormwater water. That's probably specific to them because that's about their brand. Stormwater responsible. Okay, that's again about their brand. So this one doesn't really have Christchurch stormwater maintenance. That looks like a potential job. So this one doesn't have any major ones that are that great. All right, let's try this one. So we'll pull out the sitemap of this one, post sitemap again, and now you go search storm water, how to install stormwater drainage, who is responsible for servicing stormwater drainage, do you need a permit for stormwater drainage New Zealand? So you can see there that there's a couple of good topics here as well. So now we've got another 5 potential blog posts that we just found that we can also post about. There's potentially more here. How does stormwater drainage work? There you go. And if you do that with the next site, same thing. So then you go through this process. You do it for the subsoil, you do it for the main drainage, just see what ideas they have. You do it for the drainage channels as well. And then you would do that for like the hot water cylinders or the water heaters, the plumbing, the gas fitting, etc. And so now you're going to have this big list of all the different pages you need to make and all of the different topics you need to write about and link back to those pages to do the internal linking. And that's the overall strategy from a content perspective of how you do this. And that was a primary method I used to get this site to rank. Now, there is some other elements as well that you need to do. Like you would need to build some citations, which is what I did here as well as potentially making social profiles, and if necessary, depending on the competitiveness of this specific niche, you might need to build some backlinks too. But the primary strategy I used for this was mainly content with some citations. That was how I did this. And so this is the process that you can use whether you're doing Plumber SEO or you're trying to rank. I've used the same method for law firms, for automotive businesses, for concreting companies, quite a few other ones as well. The same tactic works for basically all local SEO because local is not very competitive. And so it makes this actually super easy. This also works in more competitive niches, but it's super easy in local niches that are not that competitive. So that's basically it. That's the overview of this strategy. If you have any questions about any of this, put them in the comments below and I will answer them. Otherwise, if you want me to coach you on how to do SEO, go to learndominatemarketing.com. I've got a coaching program for only $49 a month where you can jump on calls with me and I will coach you on how to do SEO and Google Ads. Or if you'd like me and my team to get you results with Google Ads and SEO for your business, go to dominatemarketing.io. You can book a call with me there and we'll go on there. I'll analyze your business, see what I can do to help. And if it looks like I can help, I'll let you know what I can do. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll catch you on the next one.